Miami. Yeah, I'm definitely excited because it's on, you know. But I think Florida, Miami, and us had rather not open with each other, you know. But it's well, you know, I'd rather play Fairmont State or somebody like that to open with, you know. Try to get your game going a little bit before you play Miami or Florida. But we've done it in the past, and so it's not that big a deal.
It seems like whenever you guys play, whether it's a first game or middle of the season, they're kind of strange games.
Well, they are. They've been decided by a kick so much. You know, we've lost so many of them by kicks, and they've lost some to us by kicks. They just haven't lost as many.
Last year's was a little bit wacky.
Yeah, last year was very wacky. We had a big lead on them, and they nearly came back and beat us.
Could you get a game scheduled with North Alabama, you suppose?
Huh? North Alabama? No, you know, I went. Me and Tommy and Jeffrey. Jeffrey was already there, so me and Tommy went up there. They had a bout about 2 weeks ago. I got off that plane. He had his football team there and cheerleaders. I don't want to play him. Never seen so many good-looking kids in my life. He's got about 17 transfers in there from everywhere.
1A transfer.
Huh?
1A transfer.
Yeah, you know, I mean, from all over the country. And of course, he lost a lot of kids. He's going to try to build quickly. I was thinking to myself, man, I won't play these guys. Oh, boy.
Because when you were talking about the evaluation, does that go back? I mean, during that time, you had pretty heavy attrition. You had guys that had left.
Yeah, and that would go under evaluations. They're getting the wrong guys or something. You know, not doing a good job evaluating. Not doing as good. It's not like it was a collapse. We just wasn't doing that. I don't think Evidently didn't do as good as we did back in the 80s and 90s.
We always ask you as you head into Hideaway this week and stuff, are you, is the juices flowing like they usually do?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That doesn't stop. That has not stopped. That has not stopped. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Bobby, how would the shingles only have the worst rheumatic fever?
That was the worst, y'all. It really was the worst pain it's the worst pain I can ever remember. In fact, I had no feeling from there to here. I had no feeling. I might get it back, I might not.
Well, how long did it last?
It lasted, the pain part lasted about 2 weeks, and the whole thing lasted about 6 weeks. Now by that I mean the discomfort.
Right.
I feel good now, you know, except I have no feeling from here, and I'm hoping that'll work out. Doctor said it's according to whether the nerves have been destroyed too much.
Bobby, it's been a while since the ACC has been in a national championship picture. Do you see that maybe changing this year?
Boy, you sure hope so. And it doesn't take but one team to do that. You know, you just get one national contender out there and go out and win the ball game he's supposed to win. I don't know the answer to that. We might have somebody, we might not.
How many receivers and running backs you have around Ponder? How much of a question mark are they in your mind, or are you feeling pretty good about the supporting cast?
I feel pretty good about them. Yeah, we got some talent there. We've got some experience. We lost some experience, but the kids we got coming back are inexperienced, but they do have talent, and I'm excited about them. And just hope they can execute like they're supposed to.
Hey, Bobby, through the years.
Where you been, man?
Hey, through the years, your offense has gotten a lot of publicity, but you've had some great defensive players. Can you talk about some of those guys through the years and what they've meant to your program?
Well, yeah, the Derek Brooks, Marvin Jones, the Cowards, all those good Dion and those guys, Buckley and those guys.
You've had some great players.
We really have had some great players. We had a lot of them have been all pro. A lot of them have won a lot of the awards. A lot of them played NFL for years, and I don't think we've had that. I know we haven't had that many lately, which means we've got to start getting that kind of kid back in.
Has that been missing, you think, from the program, those type of players on defense? Do you think that's been missing from the program recently, those type of players on defense?
There's no doubt about it. Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, yes. I still think you win with defense and kicking, and that's an old school, but that's the way you got to, I think you've got to have that to win, and we haven't had the names that we had back in the days the past days.
How good is Dakota?
Dakota,
Yeah.
he has got a chance to be real good. I'm gonna tell you why. He ran a 4.340 for the pros. Now that is flying. That's faster than our backs. Our tailbacks, we might have Anton could run a 4.3, and but for that gun linebacker, that is flying. You know what? He's got what is about 230 now, something like that.
6-inch waist. You've seen a
Oh,
guy like that.
I just hope we keep him healthy. That's why I say we've got a chance to be pretty good this year if we can stay healthy. And he's one of the guys you've got to keep healthy.
Patrick, a guy
He should make a lot of tackles.
Patrick, a guy that could be really good this year.
Who, Patrick?
You said he's one big time corner in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think corner's big time. I think he's big time. I think he's big time. I think he's a top choice.
What about him stands out?
What them stands out, no one. He's another one of those 4.3 guys. He can run, he can jump, and his anticipation is pretty good. Yeah, I think he stayed hurt a lot last year, but he's had a good spring and he can stay healthy. Another one of those guys we can keep healthy.
Coach, the media picked you guys first from this. What do you think? Is that
They do it every year.
yeah, they really
They copy the paper. They get a copy of last year. So where the hell? Okay, we'll put them up there. No, I bet you we've been up there every time except last year. I think they had Clemson up there.
Yeah.
And we hadn't fulfilled it yet. You know. So I wish I knew we could. We'll be trying our best to.
Hey, Bobby, Florida's always been fertile ground for recruiting for programs. Have you seen more and more programs coming into Florida? And Wake Forest has like 30 guys from Florida. Chuck did it at State. How much harder is it to recruit?
It just shows you how many players there. You know, and a lot of that is because we can't get them all. You know, you got 150 kids that are going to sign out of that. Well, you can't sign with 20. Florida, you can't sign with 20. Miami, that's 60 kids. Where are those other 90 going to go? You know. Wake Forest, Georgia, and of course they're going to come out and get some good ones too, you know.
But I'm saying some teams come down and got good players, and then they haven't before.
No doubt about it. Look at Wake Forest. They beat us with it, our Florida boys. Good quarterback they got, that kicker they got. Ooh. They never had a great defensive back from Florida last year.
All the guys who touch the ball at Clemson are going to be Florida people basically.
Well, it's another good example.
Yeah.
Spiller, everybody tried to get Spiller.
Spiller, Ford.
Yeah, we were shocked when he left the state.
Yeah.
I thought sure it'd be Florida or us get him.
The criticism of this conference the last few years has often been the quarterbacks, lack of quality quarterbacks, and it seems there's been some upgrades there the last year or two, but now yourselves and a lot of other teams are breaking in new receivers. Just for your team, how do the receivers look, and do you get that sense conference-wide that a lot of teams
I
are
wouldn't
kind
be
of
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the receivers in the ACC can't play with anybody. Now, our quarterbacking in the ACC maybe has been lacking. I know it has at Florida State. You know, we've had good ones, but you got to have the great one. I mean, if you're going to play for a national championship, you better have a great quarterback, like McCoy, like the kid at Florida, like the kid at Oklahoma. You better have that, and you better have an offensive line, and you better be able to play defense. You know what? And to me, though, but you better have that quarterback.
But do you get the sense maybe this? It looks a lot of the top receivers from the last few years have left. Nick's at North Carolina, Hayward Bay at Maryland, Maryland. And
that's right. So, a lot of the schools, we think we've got a darn good set at our place. They're young, but we think they got talent. You know.
Coach, we gonna do a fullback?
Fullback. We might. Jimbo and I talked today, huh?
You gonna move Gresham?
Gresham, that is one possibility. The only thing is, Vince Williams hurt his back, and now we lost a linebacker now, and now it's a matter, can Chuck afford to give him up? If Chuck can afford to give him up, we probably would want to move him to fullback. But we had a walk-on kid out there that was pretty good, and then see, we use the floating tight ends. But you can use them with fullback too, same thing. We put the fullback and float him around, or we might put the tight ends up there and float him around. So it's the same guy. Prowski we can line you up with fullback there. So we're really not even worried about that, And usually when you start playing 4 wideouts, the first guy that comes out your fullback, and you sit on the bench over there. After the game, you start totaling up how many plays there is in a game. There's 7 plays. It's an easy position to replace.
It's